Today's video is brought to you by cruiseline.com and Shipmate app. Did you know you can research and book your excursions right in the Shipmate app? Click on Explore, choose your port, and browse excursions by destination. It's super simple to read reviews from real cruisers and book your activities right in the app. Good morning from Marseille. Our excursion was actually canceled this morning, so plan B is always a good idea when you're on a cruise, right? So plan B for us is that we're gonna go ahead and catch the shuttle in a little while to the old port, but for right now, I am soaking up the thermal suite for the first time this week. These European cruises are so port intensive that a lot of times you just don't have time to enjoy all the little beautiful spots on the ship, but this morning I'm going to be taking advantage of it as much as I possibly can, and then we're going to regroup in the room and walk off the ship. So we just got off the bus that takes you from the port to the vieux, the old port down here in Marseille. We have no idea what we're doing or where we're going, but it seems pretty pedestrian friendly. So we're just kind of following our instincts, and hopefully eventually we'll be following some street signs. So we were planning to go to X this morning, but we got a note under our door early this morning from the Yacht Club concierge that there weren't enough people to go on the excursion, so they canceled it. But we didn't really feel like it was a huge big deal, because if we wanted to, we could have just taken the train to X on our own. But ultimately we decided just to get the MSC shuttle. We're gonna cross here, by the way. The MSC shuttle to Marseille, to the old port, because we've never been here before, and it's a new adventure. The spa, by the way, was fantastic this morning, you guys. The thermal suite was beautiful. Spent about a half an hour, 45 minutes there, and I'm hopefully gonna go back tomorrow before a massage. So yeah, let's go check out the old port. We found our way to the port area. It's a gorgeous day here in Marseille, super warm, probably the warmest day that we've had so far. After yesterday's experience in Barcelona of getting super cold, we kind of decided that we were going to gear up today with our jackets and our scarves and our sneakers and all that, and of course, turns out we didn't need it. But it's nice down here. There's all kinds of little vendors selling things, and then over here on the other side, as you can see behind me, there's just restaurant after restaurant after restaurant. Look at these cute little school kids. Aren't they adorable? How cute. They must be on a little field trip.
and try.
Oh, they're beautiful. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Come on.
Okay. Will you hold the camera for Mama? Do you want me to film it? No, it's okay, buddy.
Alors, it's a headband with a wire inside.
Okay.
You can put on the hair or under the hair. I take the middle. I go here and crack. Up I come back with the other color or with the same color.
Okay.
I can put one day brown, one day pink. And I twist. You have a video tutorial on my website.
Yes, okay.
And after, if you want, you take your hair and you put in that band. Yeah. So
Oh, that's beautiful.
very beautiful one.
I love it. Look at the back.
And you can put this model the same bed.
Cute.
It's fun.
Bonjour. Do you like this one, son? Mommy and Daddy both thought this one was pretty.
Yeah, I like it too.
Under hair?
Okay, sure. Oh, yeah, I like this one. I'd like to buy this one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
beautiful. So this happened. I feel so glamorous. I feel so French. It's so fun sometimes when you just kind of let the day happen. Little surprises come your way. It looks like that's kind of what's happening today. It's beautiful down here. We're enjoying the outdoors, and the locals are super friendly. Apparently, I learned today that Marseille is the third largest city in France, third to Paris and Lyon, if I'm not mistaken. So pretty here. You would never know it was such a big city from just chilling in this port area. So right now we're literally sitting on the ground in front of a catamaran, soaking up sun. And that's pretty much all we're doing. That's our activity right now until we are inspired to move on and do something else. Settled down at an adorable little cafe next to the harbor here. Kind of kept walking until it got a little bit more local looking, if that makes sense. So you can kind of tell that people are here having family lunches and business lunches and things like that. So we had our choice of a nice spot in the shade or a spot in the sun, and I have to say it is hot enough that we did not want to sit in that direct sun because I think we probably would have all been sunburned. I tried to buy sunscreen yesterday on the ship, but I made a tactical error, and that is that we were in port, so obviously the shops were closed. So at this point we've just been using like facial moisturizer and things like that to kind of protect ourselves from the sun, and it's been working out okay. Anyhow, we've ordered some food and we're just gonna relax here, and after that we're probably gonna just wander back to the bus stop and head back to the ship. This area is literally wall-to-wall, back-to-back restaurants. There's so much to choose from. We had a hard time deciding what we were going to get. We were even joking because bouillabaisse is kind of like the thing around here, that I wanted bouillabaisse and my son wanted McDonald's, so we were joking about getting McBouillabaisse, which I'm sure doesn't exist. But you know when you travel around the world, all the McDonald's have different types of food, like they have regional specialties. Anyway, my McBouillabaisse joke, probably not that funny. So we did have lunch at the place behind me. Is it right here, Mr. Chris Tibbs TV? At Aldoyen, which I'm sure I'm pronouncing wrong. We had a nice lunch. It was very relaxing. The service was really good. We paid about 55 euro for 2 burgers and a salad. We kind of learned the hard way though that we probably needed to ask for the burgers to be well done. I didn't really know how to ask for that in French. And so Mr. Krustiv's burger was still walking, you guys. It was blood rare. So he kind of ended up eating the fries, having some more bread, and having half of Junior's burger. So, you know, you just kind of do what you have to do. We decided not to send it back because we figure it's probably normal to prepare the hamburger kind of rare around here, but obviously in the US, you're not really supposed to do that because hamburger could make you sick if you do that. Anyway, I'm going on and on about the hamburger. I don't know why. It's part of our day, that's why. So anyway, we're just enjoying this incredible sunshine. I know I've said that over and over, but this weather is crazy amazing. You just never know. We've got our jackets stuffed in our backpack and they haven't come out all day. I think we're gonna mosey on back down to the area where our bus dropped us off and see what kind of trouble we can get into. As an ode to France, today's drink of the day is the Lavender Margarita. Let's give this a taste. So good. I asked for them to make it a little bit less sweet and they did a great job. I think it's a little bit less agave syrup. Anyway, we are in what has become our favorite post-port place to hang out, and that is the Topsail Lounge. As we've progressed through our cruise, we've created these little routines, and this is definitely one of them, coming up here for a snack and a drink. They're even doing afternoon tea over on the other side today with live music, which is very, very nice. Oh, there it is. It just started up again. So anyway, Marseille was nice today. We didn't have a big plan, so we just went to that restaurant, had some lunch, and then we got back on the bus. I had fully intended to get Junior up to the water slides, but they were closed when we got back to the ship. And I'm not feeling super hot. I think I might have gotten a little bit too much smoke in my lungs today. Someone was smoking right next to us in the restaurant in Marseille. And I'm just feeling a little bit under the weather. So when we got back on the ship, I rested a little bit and then was in the mood for a cocktail. So we ordered some room service. We had a wonderful pizza, salad, and soup. And now we're here in the lounge. Junior is making himself some tea, and I'm gonna enjoy my margarita, and then we're going to go and get ready for our first Cirque du Soleil show, which is tonight at 7:15, and it's called Sonore. It's about 9:45 and we're just back from the Cirque du Soleil show, Sonor or Sonar, not sure how you pronounce it. After the show, we actually went to dinner in the Yacht Club restaurant. We kind of had to do a tricky little scheduling thing tonight because our dining room doesn't open until 6:30 and the show was at 7:15, but it worked out beautifully. We're a little tired because we're usually in bed by now, but I want to let all of you know that the show, the Cirque du Soleil show, was absolutely spectacular. It was definitely one of the best shows that I've ever seen at sea. If my voice sounds a little bit croaky, it is. I hope I have a voice left tomorrow, but I've been kind of slowly losing it throughout the evening tonight, hoping I'm not getting sick. But a lot of times when you're traveling and adjusting to time changes and dealing with flights and all that stuff, things can creep up on you. So I'm feeling pretty good right now, but we'll see. All right, back to the Cirque du Soleil show. So this spectacular theater is sort of a round theater with seats all around it. And behind the seats, there's two areas where you can enjoy dinner and a show. So if you're enjoying the dinner and a show, you're seated a little bit farther back from the stage. We got really lucky and we had literally had front row seats. Now there's only maybe 4 rows of seats in the whole theater, so every seat is an excellent seat. This is something that we had never experienced before on a ship. Now, I've been to Cirque du Soleil shows in Las Vegas and they're spectacular, but this was really unique because you are so close to the performers. And there were times when the performers stepped off the stage and I had to move my feet a little to the left to not hit them. And it adds to the sensory experience. So this particular show was focused on sort of the auditory sense, and they did a really incredible job of bringing this unique talent to this auditory concept. It's very difficult to describe unless you've been to the show, but they had a beatboxer, they had modern dancers, they had aerialists, they had acrobatics, and more. It was just absolutely incredible the way that they used light and sound and every bit of talent in a pretty small space. So I would highly recommend that if you are coming on this ship that you invest in the show, which on our sailing, a drink and the show was only 15 euro per person, and dinner and a show was only 35 euro per person. So tomorrow night we have reservations to see the second show, which is called Viaggio, and we're going to be trying the dinner and a show if I make it. Miss Croaky over here. I think we're going to be okay. So tomorrow is our visit to Genoa. We don't have an excursion planned. We've heard that it's a wonderful place to just get out and walk around, so that is the plan, but I do have a 9 a.m. massage tomorrow. Thanks so much for following along with us today in Marseille. We hope you're enjoying this vlog series. Really sad that tomorrow is our last day, but we're going to squeeze the most out of it. We also have a day in Rome after we get off the ship, the day following Genoa. So we're looking forward to exploring Rome for the first time ever. Thank you so much, and be sure to come back and watch the next vlog. Until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Good night.